I also don't remember where I put my face cam. I think it's okay in the corner. I don't know.
This is where you live?
Oh, yes. Sometimes. And excuse the mess. I don't get many visitors.
Aren't idols rich? No kidding. It's fine. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. I have 3 brothers. I've seen a mess or 2.
Well, you're being kind. I admit I hadn't realized how bad it was.
You got graffiti on the walls, brother.
Someone?
Ah, yes. Do you know what an oracle is?
Like the Oracle of Delphi.
You mean
I
like
do
the Oracle
know the Oracle of Delphi.
People went to ask her questions, I think, or was that just another story?
Oh, you know about that. Okay. That'll make this easier. There have been many oracles over the ages. They serve as a sort of conduit for my powers. This allows them to offer insight, knowledge they have no earthly means to possess. There's always been one. Over the ages, no matter where I go, one manages to find me.
Meaning there's an oracle here.
There is.
What?
I brought someone to see you.
Are you a teenager?
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not a magic fortune cookie. Is that what Paul told you? Oracle's my handle. And even if I was the Oracle, I'm certainly not his Oracle.
If only I could choose this one. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. He said you might...
Oh, I know what he said. Paul thinks just because I crash here, he can interrupt me whenever he pleases.
Why do you crash here?
Look, I'm sure he told you
Apollo,
all
can you like
sorts
button
of
up your fucking
nonsense.
shirt, please?
I use computers. I'm a hacker. That's it.
I ask very little of you, Oracle. Your help here would be appreciated.
Fine. Get your abs in a twist. Okay, so
I
Paul
love
brought you
her.
all this way just to see little old me.
I
What's
love
on your
her.
mind, sis?
You keep calling him Paul. Wait, computers? You live here? You keep calling
You
him
keep
Paul.
saying Paul. Do you mean Apollo?
Yeah, I know. Apollo, if that is his real name, says he's a god of prophecy, blah, 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 blah.
But you don't believe him.
Believe him? Who'd believe that? It's super weird, but he's a decent guy, so he can be Apollo if he wants, but I just can't call him that.
Fair enough.
So you're an
Computers?
oracle who uses the internet, huh?
Like I said, it's my handle, and yeah. It's a sweet setup, huh? Some of it's even legit.
So Oracle's just like a gamer tag.
Parts I purchased for her, presumably.
Bargain
Handle
for,
and gamer
fair
tag are
and
different, but,
square.
like-
And I keep telling you to get me an Ethernet cable.
I don't know what that is.
I'm like, I guarantee he has no fucking
It's
idea what
the
you're talking
21st
about.
century, Paul. And your 21st century Oracle needs her some download speed, okay?
Do you live here?
I crash here, yeah. Better here than home.
She showed up one day, as the oracles do. Naturally, she is welcome to stay as long as she likes.
And see the way he talks. I thought maybe he was a creepiverse, but nah. Paul's aight.
The highest of praise.
He'd be more alright if he did some laundry.
Oh! What do you
Tell
know?
me, is Apollo always so...
Incredibly emo? Like a sack stuffed with sad?
I am standing right here.
Don't get me wrong.
That's why I moved my webcam. I'm
It
gonna move
grows
my
on you
webcam
after a
now.
while.
Grace, surely this is not what you came for.
Sorry. It isn't what I came for. Sorry. This is
Oh, I
fun.
don't know. It's cute watching you get all flustered.
It's hardly productive, is it?
See, there you go again.
Ugh. Get a room. A different room.
I'm looking for information about someone named Calliope. Can you help?
Oh, the lady from that apartment I sent Paul to. Yeah, I've been checking that out.
What did I tell you?
I looked it up. You could do the same if you learned to use a computer. Here, hold up, I'll show you.
Sorry if you heard all that mouth sounds just then. My
There.
bad.
The apartment was originally purchased 2 years ago by a holding company, Core with a K Enterprises.
Oh. Oh, I see. That would be Persephone.
You weren't expecting that?
I wasn't aware Persephone and Calliope were friendly. Certainly not friendly enough for Persephone to give Calliope an apartment. The good news is that Persephone is easy to find.
Probably
I can
wasn't
take you to her
given.
if you like.
Probably leased or something.
Whatever happened to, I can't help you, Grace. I'll just make it worse, Grace.
I admit, you've got me curious.
Great! We're all done now.
Thank you
Troy
for your
Baker.
help, Oracle. Please, do try
Troy
to get out
Baker and
from
Laura
behind
Bailey,
your
let's go.
Screens, at least
Grace
once
and
today.
Apollo.
Perhaps go for a walk.
Yeah,
I'm really like I'm
Leave a
going
tip
to
on the way
refer
out.
to them as their actor names before the character names because I'm a fan. Interesting. What's the skull though? Okay. Freddie, I only call her Farishta when I'm visiting her house. Her mom always makes these deep fried honey snacks I love. Has been my best friend since probably forever. We used to make up rhymes while we skip rope. It's been that long. I've come a long way from those days. Edge of Elysium is her band, and inviting me in was her idea. I was keen on joining, since I haven't seen Freddie much since I left school, but it's been kind of rough going. I can sing, sure, and we get a gig, and when we get a gig, it feels good being up there on stage. But is this really my thing? I don't know. Freddie was at the apartment when Pan arrived, so I had to tell her everything. Part of me feels bad for getting her involved, but I have to admit, none of this felt quite real until I did. What I wasn't expecting was that Freddie would lash out at Pan the way she did. What's wrong with her? First, she said she'll support me, no questions asked. And the next, she's demanding I choose between her and Pan. It's so crazy. Okay, look at Calliope now? Thank you. I know Calliope was one of the muses. It's not the same as being a god. But that's really about it. I don't know where she lived, what she got up to, or who her enemies were. I have so many questions. For one, what was she doing when she found me at the gymnasium? Was she just passing by, or did she plan that? How did she know where I lived? I keep thinking about what Calliope said to me before she died. She seemed so sad. Did she know this was going to happen? Most of all, why did she pick me? It appears Calliope was staying at an apartment, one that belongs to Persephone of all people. And it's actually not too far from mine. Could that be where Calliope was attacked? Am I crazy for agreeing to go check it out by myself? Calliope was one of the 3 idols called Muses. The last one still living according to Apollo. Once they were his... once they were his constant companions, but in the last few years they grew apart. Calliope was angry at how the idols had lost their way, and apparently argued with everyone a lot. Which doesn't sound like the Calliope I met at all. If it's true, it means she wasn't the most popular idol, and there may be more suspects than I imagined. I visited Calliope's apartment. It was gorgeous, filled with every musical instrument you can imagine, and memorabilia dating back, I don't know, 100 years or more. She had everything she could ever possibly want or need at her fingertips. Is this what it means to be the muse? Hermes. Hermes is the idol who came to collect me at my apartment when Calliope died. I didn't know their name at the time, of course. Athena only mentioned who they were afterwards. I guess they're the god of doorways? Maybe? I wonder if they can go anywhere with that power. Into bank vaults, on top of a mountain, across the world? Pretty wild to think about. Sorry? Could Hermes have been involved in Calliope's death? They seemed surprised, if not really broken up about it. Not that Hermes strikes me as someone who does much deep thinking. Seemed more like a kid, although I guess looks can be deceiving. Why did they have to come when Calliope died? And they did it right away, too. Kinda suspicious, if you ask me. Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, and I can believe it. She has that sparkle when you look at her, like she's one of those old-timey movie stars, all glamour and presence. Yeah. Making sure I read that word right. I bet if she walks into a room, everyone stops what they're doing to stare at her. Why she's part of the chorus, I have no idea. She seemed kinda quiet and sad, like she's busy writing some teary ballad in her head and not really listening to what's going on around her. If Aphrodite is behind Calliope's death, then she hides it super well. Maybe if you just naturally learn how to be a great actress after 1,000 years or so, how would I know? Place your bets now. Who do you think actually killed Calliope? I think Athena hired somebody. I don't know much about this Apollo. He's the only guy on the chorus, but he didn't say much of anything until he kind of defended me, I guess? At least he disagreed with the "you need to die" verdict. I guess I owe him one. If I actually owed anyone for giving me an extra week before they kill me. Not so sure about that. Athena introduced Apollo as the god of prophecy, but I'm not sure exactly what that means. Don't prophets wear long robes and speak in big booming voices? This one looks less like a god and more like a surfer who crashed on the beach after a party and still hasn't found all of his clothes. So true. Could he have killed Calliope? Oh, hi. I can't take anything for granted when it comes to these people. I went to Calliope's apartment, and who should I find there? Apollo sitting there in the dark, in a room that had obviously been turned inside out by somebody searching for something. He says he didn't do it and that he was there mourning Calliope. They were close for a long time, it seems, but a rift began between them a couple years ago that never quite healed. Was it the kind of rift that might lead to her murder? Fuck. I was literally just thinking to myself, wow, I'm doing so well. And then I fucked it. For one, he keeps saying that helping me will do more harm than good. What does that even mean? According to him, his prophecies lock you into your fate as soon as you hear them, which could be good or bad, I guess. Apparently they're not always 100% clear, so maybe he's right. Maybe it's better not to know. Thankfully, Apollo did have another way to help me. Namely, through a teenage computer whiz who lives in his dump of a home, the Oracle, or just Oracle as she insists that's just her handle. She found out that Calliope's apartment was owned by Persephone, so we're off to her nightclub to ask her why. Wow. Athena's supposed to be goddess of wisdom, but how does that work? Is it a power of hers? Does she just know things? She's supposed to be really powerful, but how exactly? Mostly she just seemed like my mom, or anyone's mom. Maybe that's what she is to the idols. The mom who looks after them, keeps them going. She was all smiles, and was even super sweet when she told me I had to die, like it would be no big deal. That makes her a scary mom, like the kind that demands to speak to the manager when things don't go her way, because things always go her way. So she's a Karen. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's a cool mom. Or maybe she'll keep smiling while she smothers me with a pillow. Because she's thousands of years old and I'm basically nothing in comparison. And maybe she killed Calliope And that makes me an annoyance because that means her murder didn't quite take. But then, why give me the chance to prove myself? If she really wanted me dead, couldn't she have just said, nope, no vote, let's just nip this in the bud? Athena really seems like the type who'd do that, right? Idols are so confusing. Persephone. Oh. What did Athena say about Persephone? Fucking fuck, dude. She's the queen of the underworld? I had to look it up. It's basically the idol version of hell. You didn't know who Persephone was? The forced marriage to Hades? You didn't know that? Does that mean it's a real place? Like, you die and you go to the underworld? Or maybe that only happens to idols. Mind you, Athena didn't exactly say Persephone was the queen of the underworld, did she? She said once the queen of the underworld, so she isn't any longer. She's also the only idol that Athena didn't say was the god of something or other. I'm willing to bet there's a whole story about that. She's not a god. She was just forced to be with a jackass. Whatever it is, it's pretty clear. Fuck me! It's pretty clear that this Persephone... It's pretty clear this Persephone hates me. And not just because she thinks I'm a murderer, because they don't all think that. Just personal. Those sharp eyes of hers wanted to gut me and hang me on a clothesline, so I'd better watch my back. According to the Oracle, Persephone owns the apartment that Calliope was living in. So they knew each other? They were close? I guess she's next on my list of idols to talk to, though I have a feeling she's not going to be very happy to see me. And Pan. I'm back in the morning after going through the ringer, having just discovered I'm some kind of ancient muse. And guess who shows up in my apartment uninvited, poking around the kitchen like he's considering an investment. This idol's name is Pan, and I don't know what his deal is. He's a bit too smooth. Seems to know a bit too much that he isn't saying, and just happened to know where to point me. Which he offered for a price, of course. This one's shady, folks. I can just guess what kind of favor he's going to want. I don't want to know. Let's go to the underworld. Let's go to the underworld, folks. Sorry for the info dump there. Cool. Hey, Mike. Are we gonna sing more?
Welcome to the underworld.
Wow. How have I never heard of this place?
Persephone keeps it a secret, while still managing to draw a crowd every night. Don't ask me how. Here in the underworld, idols can be themselves, even if they don't look human.
Isn't he a satyr? Pan?
Do you come here often?
Oh, no. Persephone and I aren't friends.
Is she friends with anyone?
Fair enough.
Not many, no. Except Calliope, apparently. If we're to find Persephone in all this, we'll need to split up. Have you considered what you'll say to her?
Not really. What do you suggest?
Well, if I know Persephone, and I do, she won't be up for a chat. You need to be prepared to use your powers, as you did with me. Come find me in the crown if you need anything. Otherwise, be careful, Grace.
Thanks. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Let's talk to Pan first. Move up the line. What's up, dude?
As I live and breathe, if it isn't our dear muse.
Hi,
Hey.
Pan.
Tell me, have you decided to leave your troubles behind and join us in the land of shadows and revelry?
I'm guessing it's a total coincidence that I'm running into you here.
It must be. The alternative would be that I knew a great many things ahead of time.
Well, did you?
Do I look like an oracle? I am here to listen to thrilling music and meet delicious people. My tastes are simple.
Delicious people.
Speaking of simple tastes, my glass is empty again. The service here is appalling.
Alright, you're a bit of an ass.
I should thank you for the address. It's what led me here.
No need to thank me. You'll owe me. Remember, how you managed to stir the sun god from his oh-so-tiresome gloom, I cannot imagine. Nicely done.
The power of music, everybody. It's super powerful.
I like him. It took some convincing, but at least he's helping me without asking anything in return.
Truly, how do you function with such naivete?
Do you know something I don't?
Yes. I'm sorry, was that in question?
Asshole.
I assume you're a regular at this club?
And why would you assume that, dear Grace?
The horns, you. Do you know Persephone well?
There is no knowing Persephone well. She won't have it. Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Long ago, we were all very different. Over the span of ages, however, even mountains erode.
How can I
The
trust
things
you?
you say, the things you don't say. You don't make yourself seem trustworthy. You know that?
Trust is for the
Sorry, I'm like
weak,
bobbing along to the music.
penniless.
Still not helping.
Why, Grace, are you assuming that I, Pan, am some sort of scoundrel?
Yes. 100%.
It's more that I'm stating it outright.
Yep.
Rejected twice in a row. How will I ever recover from such insult, I ask you?
Bitch.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to tell you, Grace. Even an idol needs to get by.
You must know why I'm here, right?
Let me guess. You seek our sweet-natured proprietress.
Can you help me find her?
What is that?
Earlier I
proprietress.
wasn't good enough, but now
What is that?
I see how it is. By all means, I'd love to tell Persephone that the source of her rage has intruded on her domain.
Don't tell me the big bad Pan is afraid.
Seeing as I am neither big nor truly bad, it behooves me to be wary of those who are both.
That's awfully sensible. For you.
You barely know me, my little dumpling. But if I am anything, I am a survivor.
Suit yourself. I'll find another way.
It's for the best. My best, at any rate.
I should go.
I should get going. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
One can only hope.
What the fuck is Eros? I want to talk to Hermes first, because it's Erica, and I love them very much.
Whoa, you're here. I mean, you gotta be somewhere, but you're here.
Hello, Hermes.
Sorry about running off on you back at the thing. Didn't really have a choice, but sorry anyway.
You're not much like the other idols, are you?
No? I haven't been an idol very long. Maybe like a year? I've lost track. So, I'm not the one to ask about the idol
So you were
stuff.
born in this time.
It's all cool.
You were born like
but
the same time I
mostly
was.
do whatever Athena asks. Athena says one day I'll sit on the chorus.
They're drinking
That'll be
Ramunate
sick.
too.
Can you imagine me in charge?
Why not?
Why not? Maybe you can shake some dust
Sure.
off the other idols.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of dust.
You're right about that.
I don't think Athena would let me clean anything anyway. She won't even let me touch her spear.
You've only been an idol for a year? How did that happen?
Probably same way it did with you.
Oh, the old Hermes died in your arms and then they accused you of his murder?
No. Well, yes. I mean, no, not like that. But yeah. I was there when he died. We were friends, and I was having trouble at home, and he helped me out. I miss him.
Why do you call yourself Hermes? I mean, I don't call myself Calliope.
You might eventually.
Is that Erica? Yeah, that's Erica.
I doubt it.
Most idols do. Not everyone, though, so I don't know, maybe not you.
When Calliope died, you were right there, within moments. How did you know?
I told you. I got word, so I came.
But how did you get word?
Look, when an idol dies, I have to be there, so I just know. It's a Hermes thing.
To take the body, clean up the blood, that sort of thing?
Oh, that too, yeah. But that's on Athena's orders.
To keep the idol's secret?
Sure. Can you imagine the questions? I don't know how we hide so well as it is.
That's fair. You guys haven't hidden very well at all.
This is probably a stupid question, but... do you know who might have killed Calliope?
Ugh, why would I know anything about that?
When you came to the apartment, it seemed like you knew her.
Oh no, I only met her once. She didn't live with the rest of the idols or hang out with us very much. She seemed nice though. Angry, maybe. But I don't know who'd want to hurt her.
How was she angry?
Pissed off. But more because she cared about everyone too much not to be. I don't know, that's what I thought
cute.
anyhow. I'm
That's
probably
nice.
wrong.
I like Hermes.
Do you know if Persephone is here? I need to talk to her.
Oh, you're serious. Why would you want to talk to Persephone? Nobody ever wants that. One time, I laughed too loud near her, and she threatened to ban me from the club. I don't want to be banned. I like it here.
Is Persephone really that bad? Why do the idols put up with her?
We're like family, and Persephone is that really mean aunt that nobody wants to invite. Don't tell her I said that. She keeps a list. It's a thing.
Okay, forgot I asked.
Man, just the thought of talking to Persephone gives me goosebumps. Blech.
We'll see you around?
If you die, then for sure. But, don't die.
Thanks. Who's Eros? Who are you? Who is Eros? I don't think I've met Eros. Or heard of them yet.
Oh. Hey. You're the new muse, aren't you?
I guess I am, yeah.
Aphrodite mentioned it. Didn't
I
figure
recognize
I'd
the
see
voice.
you.
Don't know why, but I recognize the voice.
Oh, excuse the manners. Name's Eros, god of sex.
Oh, of course you are.
Wait, did you say that you're the god of sex?
Desire, really. Sensuality. Attraction. Why? Were you expecting a chubby little flying baby with a bow and arrow?
I wasn't.
I actually preferred Cupid, but Pan had to be the trickster. Spread all those stupid stories.
I'm sorry.
Why? It's not your fault. Just another grudge I get to carry around forever.
The god of sex at a club. Looking for someone?
Once I might have, sure. Now I'm just here to see it happen.
See what happened?
Look out there. See all these people. The hope, the anticipation, the connections, they bounce off each other. To me, it's like lightning.
And you enjoy that?
I used to make it happen, you know. Mortals once begged me to make it happen, to inspire true love. But now I only inspire sex. Not the same thing. It's just as well. People should find true love the hard way, or value it more.
You know Aphrodite, right? I only met her the once.
Sure, she's my mother. You know how it is.
No idea who this is.
How
I'm
would I
trying to
know?
figure it out. I feel like I
No, yeah,
recognize the
remember?
voice.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking. But you hear a lot of idols talk about each other like
Have to
that.
look 'em up.
Mother, brother, sister, grandfather. None of us are actually related. We just played a family for so many centuries. It may as well be true.
Aphrodite is your mother, but not really.
That's right. A long time ago, she took care of me when I needed taking care of. The mortals, they just assumed. These days, well, it's not like that anymore. We're not as invulnerable as we used to be. Least of all, Aphrodite.
You seem a little distracted. Is everything okay?
Of course it is. Sure. Not obvious, huh? Truth is,
A little bit.
I don't come here that often. It was hard to get away. I just... Nope, never mind.
I'm willing to listen if you need to talk.
I appreciate that. Maybe some other time.
Here's the thing. I'm looking for Persephone, but I can't
Trying to be
find her
nice
anywhere.
to them. Because, you know, I'm gonna die if I'm not.
Yes, but I question whether she'd be happy to see you. I like you, but Mother told me what happened at the chorus. I don't want to cause trouble with Persephone.
What if I could guarantee that there wouldn't be a problem?
How could you guarantee that?
First, I'd reassure you that I'm here to work things out with Persephone. I don't want to fight. Second, if that didn't pan out, I'd tell her I lied to you.
Making me the idiot who fell for it.
Oh, I don't know. I can be tricksy.
Okay. Fine. When you're ready to see her, you let me know, and I'll take you. Deal?
Deal.
I'm gonna talk to Apollo first.
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me. Every staff member I approach screams and runs off. I hope your search has been more successful.
You don't come here often, I'm guessing?
Never. I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in Apollo land?
Once. When I had the muses to keep me company.
I'm a muse now. I can keep you company.
Sounds weird.
Nothing would make me happier.
Sounds weird.
But you do have a predicament to solve first.
It might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
My Greek mythology is a little rusty, but isn't Persephone the one who was kidnapped?
Oh, you know about that.
Yes.
What else do you know?
Just that Persephone was a sweet girl and Hades, lord of the underworld, swept her off to the land of the dead.
Without so much as a by your leave, yes. Her mother, Demeter, was so enraged she blanketed the world in ice, rendering it barren and infertile. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades, and thus the matter was resolved. Well, you asked. That's her story, as the mortals tell it.
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
Well, let's see. Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That quieted things. At least until Persephone killed Hades.
What?
Whoa.
That's a
As I understand
bomb
it,
drop.
Hades was not kind to her.
Damn.
I'd like to say we handled it well. That Zeus and the
Holy
idols
shit.
were mindful of what Persephone had been through, but that would be a lie. Persephone was punished for the murder, the underworld taken from her, and we all stood by and let it happen. She has never forgiven us, and honestly, I can't blame her.
I don't blame her
If I
either.
were her, I'd be mad at you all too.
Then you understand why things are difficult between us.
Hey, Persephone killed another idol.
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been, I don't know.
Executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. Back then, we heard Persephone had usurped Hades' throne, but we couldn't believe it. It just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
Why didn't you see it coming? You're the god of prophecy.
When I look, I learned long ago not to.
So what happened to Persephone after...
I like learning all of this. This is
The
interesting.
murder. She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the new world, I think she would have left us if it was allowed. It isn't, so instead she did as she pleased. She started a cult, became a crime boss.
Oh, what?
It was after the last
Badass.
transition, but honestly, I have no insight into anything.
That
Persephone
bitch is badass. A bitch,
I
but
thought she was
badass.
just mad at me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone is angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time. I've told you why. But it's more than that. She does not let go of a grudge. 1,000 years could pass, and Persephone will remember what you did like it was yesterday.
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally! I'll be right behind you.
You're coming with me? But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
We'll see, I guess.
Thanks. I mean, talk to Apollo. I just did. I don't need to talk to Apollo anymore. We're just gonna talk to Persephone. Thank you. Thank you. Hello?
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal with you later. I was willing to leave you be, Grace, to wait until your guilt was certain. And yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy? Are you here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
No, no, and no.
What is your problem with me exactly?
I want to.
You've had it in for me the moment you saw me.
My problem? My problem is that I'm filled with questions, Grace. Filled to the brim. Do you really expect us to believe that Calliope chose you? What's the real story? Did
Why
you
not?
stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate? Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she agreed to hand over her eidolon?
Persephone.
Jesus.
That's my problem,
fuck.
Grace. With you. And
No,
you can't
I didn't
make
do
it
any
go
of that.
away.
You
I'm a
knew
fucking
Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
She was staying at your apartment.
You knew her. Better than I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
You're implying that I
Prove you
did?
didn't.
Bitch.
That's how idols work, isn't it?
Fuck you. I might have fucked up. No, I didn't.
You hear that? You're in my house, little muse. You want answers? Fight for them. A lost little girl. You shouldn't have come here. And I sure ain't in the mood to make new friends. Go home, little girl. The shadows drawing near. And you all alone, we both know how this ends. Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
Hope everyone's having a great night.
Fuck.
I guess I'm this evening's
This is now lame.
I'll see what I can do. You deserve a good show. Big hand for your usual MC. She's planned a brutal takedown just for me. Hopefully I'll last a couple rounds. You deserve a good show. I won't let you down.
My, we caught a butterfly, such a delicate thing. What a find. I hope she doesn't mind when we pull off her wings. Maybe you don't know who I am. Maybe you don't know who I am.
Fucking fighter.
Wait, you're she the Persephone? Oh boy, a celebrity dissing me. Now remind me, P, jog my memory. Sorry, not about my ancient history. Underworld, now that rings a bell. Was it you who was married to the king of hell? It's hazy, Hades. So you're his lady before my time because I'm such a baby.
Pop quiz, what do you think that this is? Some little poetry slam. Cute rhymes, but you're out of time. Do you know who I am? Maybe you don't know
I'm
who I
Riley?
am.
Please teach me my ABCs. Me, I never featured in Euripides. So where are they now? Wow, look around. You're the big cheese of a hole in the ground.
Don't you have any idea what you're dealing with, child? Surprise, surprise, coins on your eyes. Give them to the ferryman. Get it in your little head. You're spitting at the queen of the dead.
Out of interest, is anyone here dead? No one? Yeah, that's probably what I would have said. Hey, let's prove that we're alive. Let me hear you, people on my right. Here we go.
What the fuck?
On the left now. Come on. What are you gonna do now, Persephone? I shout out and the crowd is there for me. Voices joyous, join me steadily. Catch that, it's the sound
This
of
is not bad.
destiny. Who sends for me to question me? Persephone, they said to me, Queen of the dead, you're dead to me. On the moves, who are you to step to me?
Don't use that word. You have no right to use that word.
What word?
After what you did to her.
Oh, Muse?
Why don't I just kill you and wipe the floor with you? Don't use that word. You have to fight to use that word. You don't go in
I
and
didn't
take.
kill her.
That's your biggest mistake. For Calliope's sake.
I didn't fucking kill her.
Okay, show's over.
1,000 times.
It's nearly dawn.
The single note
fast.
Down now,
Work lights on.
without even trying, and you didn't mind 1,000 times.
Finish your beer.
One note and suddenly you'll
have to go home, but you can't stay here.
You're the song and you're being sung. The lullaby, the muse. Not an easy thing to lose. Wish I could hear it again. No. No, you've earned your answers.
Okay.
Calliope came to me years ago. She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker. She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt. So I gave her the apartment.
You gave her that beautiful place? That's generous of you.
I had it to give.
Generosity isn't exactly what you're known for, Persephone.
I felt sorry for her, Apollo. Not that it makes any difference. It's been at least 2 years since we spoke. After I heard the news, I went to the apartment and turned it upside down. I had to know the truth.
That was her.
That was you?
I didn't find anything. Nothing to say what she had been involved with, or gotten into, or who she might have been fighting with.
But do you have a Smurf Twitch account named WarzeeYT? I do have WarzeeYT, yes.
That means one of two things. Either whatever happened to her was sudden, or it was secret.
I suppose you're right.
What?
Calliope was never one to keep secrets. When she was doing something, everyone knew about it.
None of you were talking to her. Who would she tell?
You're clever. Maybe there's a chance Calliope chose you after all.
If it wasn't Grace, that means someone else was behind Calliope's death.
I gotta
Someone who
gift
could
some.
keep their involvement.
One of us.
Yeah, it was an account I had to use when I was, I got locked out of this account. It was only for like a week, but it was an account that I had to use for a bit. And, I keep it now. Just to keep it.
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed
That's
Calliope.
funny.
Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how he might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it. If another mortal killed her, they somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If Calliope was attacked elsewhere, even magic revealed no trace of it.
Calliope of enemies. Did you say magic? Did you say magic?
Wait. Did you say magic?
Next week is community
You
games
can battle
week.
me
Cat
through a
has the
song in a
schedule
world of your
on our
own
Twitch
creation.
page. Fortnite is on it.
And
Nice, let's
magic
go.
is beyond belief.
Well,
Hell
sure.
yeah!
I just thought
Finally.
We have our powers just as you have yours.
I can grow a field of
So it's
corn
next
like
week?
nobody's business.
Some would say our powers
I hope I'm
are
available the
also
day that she's
magic,
doing it.
but true magic is a different and older power.
Fucking finally.
Hecate's domain.
And it was of no use here.
We shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything yet.
Did Calliope have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have. What? What am I
I'll trigger her
missing?
Twitch page after.
Calliope
True.
had a way of making people angry. She could be argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that
Maybe
you
Thursday,
or I
Friday.
know
Made
of,
sure to nudge her
apparently, but
towards putting
that
it in
doesn't mean
there.
they didn't exist.
Thank you, Ba. Thank you so much, finally. I appreciate you.
What about Athena? She seemed awfully insistent on declaring me guilty, don't you think?
Athena? No, Athena follows the rules.
Well,
Does she, though?
Athena has one goal, and one goal only. To protect the idols. And that included Calliope. She'll eventually drive us all mad with her vigilance, but break her own rules? I don't see it.
What about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
He did what?
I have to wonder what his angle is.
He has one, that's for certain. Though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too... messy.
Still, we should consider the idea. For him to show up so quickly is... odd.
I was gonna play Halo, maybe DVD, Fall Guys, Jackbox, Streamer's Court, Beam Battle, some other thing. That's what it's on the schedule at least. Alright, I'm so down. I'm gonna have to make myself available next week. I'm down to watch, play, do whatever, but that sounds fun. I'm glad she's doing that.
Couldn't we go to Athena with this? If you've changed your minds and you're both part of the chorus.
Athena would be sympathetic, but the die has been cast.
I don't.
She won't go back
I
on
want
the
a
edict,
different
not without
thing. I
clear
don't want to
evidence.
accuse both of them.
Oh,
I don't
now you
want
want
anything
evidence.
She acted on the
Wanna just don't leave
information
after
she
this.
had. If we want to sway her, we need something better.
There.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the woman who forced Grace to
fuck?
challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that? Are you forgetting what the Muses meant to me?
Stop it! Stop fighting! Is this what the idols are like? You just what? Live forever and never get over anything? Super.
She's fucking right.
Becoming a god was such a gift. Wow.
Calliope, I'm listening.
Fuck yeah.
now.
Let's go.
Tell us what end you were doomed to.
Calliope, blinded by fire, one match did you strike that consumed you.
Did you love Calliope?
How could you blame her? What could she have done to earn such a fate? You are blinded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
You say that you know her, she was family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a
I
throne,
became-
go bitter with fury. Not everyone seeks to betray.
This isn't helping.
Stop this.
Please remember what we
Like, that's Calliope in the
are here to
background.
do.
We must avenge a muse.
Apollo, your help is not needed here. Go ahead and abandon another muse.
How could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to
Of
a terrible fate.
You replay your injuries
It's
till
far
it's
too
too
late.
late.
You know how far I've been before I snapped.
This
That's
is
Adelaide
not
and
you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, God of the Sun.
Apollo, for my sake, take a deep breath.
One Piece was.
I need your help, not your anger. These old wounds, they confine you. You're more than your pain.
She abandoned us.
Follow him or stay.
Sorry, I have to follow him. I'm sorry. It's Troy Baker. I have to. I'm so sorry. I need both of you, though.
It's not my finest moment. Persephone will never let this go.
I want him on my... I want to be on his good side. I was gonna say I want him on my good side. I want him to be on his good side.
I honestly thought I had left that
So you're
behind
not
me.
the singer they got
Left
for his
what?
dependents,
Signs of
only
life?
like 19 or 20?
The world won't wither if you raise your voice.
Damn! Fucking
I'm
took our
glad you
industry
endured
by
it.
storm over in Japan. Voice rocks.
I just
That's
wish old habits didn't
awesome.
return so easily around her.
Family thing, huh?
That's why I've tried to avoid my fellow
Interesting.
idols for so long. I
so
don't like who I am
young.
when I'm
Holy
with them.
shit.
In my experience, avoiding the problem never fixes it.
Oh? What do you do?
Oh, I avoid my problems. And it doesn't fix them. Duh.
At least coming here was useful. You have
Yeah.
a better idea of where to start looking.
You know.
I thought you'd decide that getting me into the underworld was enough.
What? Bring you to Persephone and then shrug? Not my problem now?
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I wouldn't blame you. It's not your problem.
What you said during our song, it's still true.
Sure, but I forced you to sing it.
You forced me to speak my heart. I'm helping you because I believe I should.
I have to ask, is Athena really not an option? She wouldn't see what you see? At all?
I respect Athena. She has dragged us into the modern age, sometimes kicking and screaming.
Is a
She's why
YouTube
we're
singer
alive.
before this? Me in One Piece?
But
and the
if I
bass
said
vocal
that her
track
need to
comes
keep us
with
safe
that
didn't
reach
drive her to
incredible.
extremes, I'd be lying.
That was by Ada?
You represent a risk,
Like other
Grace.
songs were even
To
sung in
her,
that.
that is more important
Some of them
than any
better than
notion
the
of
movie itself.
compassion or justice.
Several little music videos, each animated by a different studio on YouTube. It's the One Piece movie, right? One Piece movie. I'll look it up after this.
Maybe whoever's behind this knows that, and is counting
One
on
Piece film Red. Okay.
How? No one could have known you would become the muse.
it. Maybe they just don't want to muse around. Though
Was it
why
film
is
red?
a good question.
Good thinking. Though I'm not sure who would benefit.
Got it.
Something to keep in mind.
I'll check it out after stream.
Where
Thank
do
you.
we look then?
I need to give it some thought.
I want to hear
This won't be easy. If another idol is behind this, they
Blacklight.
know as well.
Alright.
They had a plan.
So you don't know
Backlight, not
what next.
blacklight.
I need time to
Backlight.
sort it out. Just be patient, Grace.
Is there anything I can do in the meantime? Someplace I can look?
Don't you want to relax? You haven't rested since this began.
Relax? Who can relax? I've been sentenced to death, Apollo.
Fair point. Even so, go home, Grace. The next time you see me, I'll have a better notion of what to do.
Fine. But I'm holding you to that.
Bye. Oh, Act 2. Uh-oh. Ah. Act 2. That means that we are done for the night. We are done with this.